This is one of the models that we have running. And throughout the afternoon, you see these thunderstorms and light, small isolated showers really moving through. And towards the evening, we see even more coming through. That heat and that moisture, we're supposed to see some storms develop. Not that we're seeing a ton right now, but later on in the day, we're supposed to see those thunderstorms really pop up, especially in the upstate around 2 o'clock. And we've had a pretty warm week so far, and with that warm weather and a lot of that moisture coming in, we're going to see a decent amount of those spring afternoon or late evening thunderstorms in the next coming days, and especially that weekend. We're going to see a lot of that rain. And let's take a closer look at that. We see some beautiful sky from the UNCA EcoNet Tower camera. See some beautiful puffy cumulus clouds, decent cloud cover, keeping us a little bit cool out of that direct sunlight, but still keeping things decently warm enough for shorts, enough for a t-shirt like I've got on. Pretty nice out. Now let's look at today. Now we've seen that high of 82 coming out of yesterday. It was real hot yesterday. I think it was like high of like 85 or so, low of 61 today, and coming in overnight as we got some decent cloud cover and those winds coming out of the south keeping things pretty warm. Now Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a little slimmer chance on Saturday, but Friday and Saturday we're seeing Friday and Sunday, excuse me, getting my days mixed up, S's. And let's take a better look at the bigger picture. Grammar. We're looking at those temperatures in the upstate, and it's getting pretty heated up in the upstate and in the mountains here. 88 in Greenville and 84 in Asheville, getting already pretty hot. And later on today, we're supposed to see those temperatures climb into the 90s in the upstate there and into the mid to high 80s in the mountains there, even in Asheville, getting up to 87. Cold front that's really moving through, bringing a lot more rain, but really not bringing down those temperatures, weirdly enough. Later this evening, we'll see that rain clear through, that cold front it goes away. Thankfully, tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures get all the way up to 80. We're seeing those summertime temperatures before, like, right at the beginning of May. It's like, hey, welcome to May. It's hot. We're seeing that sunshine. Pretty light winds, too, and that low of 51, as we're not seeing a lot of clouds to keep that heat in overnight. Thursday into Friday, making room for some of that dry air behind that cold front, we'll see things really clear out Thursday, Friday, and moving into our weekend here. Now let's take a look at the rest of the week. On Thursday, we have a really gorgeous day ahead of us before all that rain. So if you have any plans, plan for Thursday or Saturday, as there's pretty low chances for rain on Saturday. And moving into next week, we're keeping those temperatures high, or we got that sunshine out. We're going to bring those temperatures up. Take a closer look at that in our 7-day. So Tuesday, or today, we're going to see a decent chance of thunderstorms. You might hear some thunder, might see some lightning, but Wednesday, Thursday, things will clear out, and by Friday evening, between Wednesday and Friday evening, that's when you want to set those plans, as it's looking a little nasty this weekend. But thankfully, Tuesday and forward in the models, it's looking a bit more clear. Yeah, we're seeing those high temperatures in the upstate already, 87, 85 in the upstate, and just a little bit cooler in the mountains, and we're only going to see those temperatures hike up all the way to 90 degrees, still pretty hot, but the rain and cold front coming through later today and into tomorrow will keep things a little cooler. And right now we're not seeing a whole lot of rain, but later on today we're supposed to see those rain chances and even some thunderstorms pop up throughout the rest of today in the upstate. And it's a similar story in the mountains, except the mountains is going to see those thunderstorms just a bit earlier. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at that. That cold front is bringing in some thunderstorms as early as noon to 1 p.m. as we move throughout today. We're starting to see those thunderstorms move through the rest of today in the upstate. You're starting to see those move through around 3 to 5 p.m. and even into the evening you're starting to see a lot of action happening. But as the cold front moves through, you're going to see things clear out by Wednesday. But we're supposed to see a little bit more action tomorrow in the evening as well, around 5 p.m. And after that, moving into Thursday and Friday, things are supposed to clear out as this cold front moves off the east coast and into the ocean there. And we're seeing a lot of that dry air come with it. Moving into Friday and Saturday, which will keep things as clear as day. So today and tomorrow, we're going to see those mid-afternoon summer thunderstorms and showers that are scattered around the upstate and western North Carolina and the mountains there. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, absolutely wonderful for any weekend plans you might have. Spend some time with family or having a cookout for 4th of July celebrations. Similar story in the western North Carolina and the mountains there. Tuesday, today, and tomorrow are looking pretty nasty with those thunderstorms in the evening and afternoon. But Thursday, Friday look clear, though the difference is that this weekend in the mountains is looking looks like that rain will come back a little sooner, and some chance thunderstorms moving into next week.
Good afternoon, UNC Asheville. I'll be your meteorologist for today, Jacob Sonney, and we'll be talking about that really rainy start we've had this week. It was rainy yesterday, and it's been a little rainy today, but thankfully we'll get a little bit of a break tomorrow as before a bit of rain comes back Wednesday night into Thursday, and once that clears out, we're going to have a wonderful start to our weekend. Now let's look at today a little bit. We've seen that rain, we've seen those conditions outside, and man, it's a little chilly. You might want to keep a raincoat on you, and those winds are kind of kicking up a little bit with those gusts up to 28 miles per hour. And so that's something to be a little worried about. Now let's take a closer look at that rain. We have a system up north of us that's kind of driving this motion to pull that rain this way out of Tennessee and Georgia towards us. We might see a few pockets of pretty heavy rain, but after that, things are moving out into the Atlantic. You're going to see a bit more rain in the upstate there. But after tomorrow, things will have cleared out for the most part, with a few spotty showers. Now, for tomorrow, we're going to see that rain staying a little bit into the morning, but clearing out by the evening. We're going to see that sunshine getting things up to 70 degrees. That's pretty hot, and what we'd expect in spring. So I think that might mean that spring might be here. We'll see. And a low of 42, because we won't have any clouds keeping that radiation in, and as soon as that sun goes away, it's going to just cool off big time. Now let's actually take a little bit of a look into the next week, taking a little sneak peek. Now we're seeing that these temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center is actually keeping things about average. So that might mean that we'll be seeing those 70s, might be even up to 80s in the coming weeks. And now let's bring it back to this week. Now we're seeing those rain chances staying around Wednesday and Thursday a little bit, but you're going to see those not during the daytime hours, but during the nighttime hours. So you might, if you're going out late at night, might want to bring a raincoat or something like that, or umbrella. That's the other thing. And we'll be seeing those temperatures really warming up when it comes to this weekend. Really good day for maybe a picnic, or if you want to go out somewhere. This weekend would be the time to do it, and next week is looking just as beautiful.